Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hi, guys. How's everyone's Saturday going? We're going to say hi for about 5 minutes. I gotta fix this again. I don't know why this camera thing keeps moving. I went up higher, but then that happens. And I feel like my cats do something with it at night, because I swear every day this height changes. I'm telling you, my cats are doing something to my stuff in the middle of the night. How's everyone doing? Hey there, Becca. Hey, Sadie. And yes, I did see that. I just emailed you back. I did see what you sent me. I very much did. It was very interesting. I don't know if we're going to talk about it out here. Some stuff that Samantha Nelson, if you don't know, Steve Goncalves has another daughter besides the ones that they keep talking about, and they pretend that Samantha doesn't exist. There's just some interesting stuff going on and some things that she's posting over on her TikTok in way of like personal conversations between her and one of her other sisters. There's a lot going on there. Some stuff about Kaylee, some stuff not. Some stuff about Steve, some stuff not. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on over there. Hey, at the core, how you doing? Hey, what the Ellie? How are you? Hey, Saldade. I know that a lot of you guys have listened to this one. I've only listened to bits and pieces as I was like doing my recording thing to get it ready for our live while I'm doing other things. I know from reading comments over on Connor's channel, which is where all of these Sigma Chi frat interviews are coming from, that the majority of everyone is just like really highly speaking about Ethan, which we already knew he was a good guy. So none of that should be surprising, but it is good to hear when these are people that spent time with him and they're just like reiterating over and over again how kind he was, how beautiful Xana and Ethan were together, how they literally complimented each other. That's what makes me so upset when nobody, well, I can't say nobody, when the majority of people don't focus on that love story and they focus on the love story that wasn't love anymore. Kaylee and Jack, that was gone. That was done. That was over. So I'm glad that we're going to be hearing more about Ethan today and in the next who knows how long, because there's eight of these Sigma Chi frat bro interviews that Connor has that he's putting out. And so far there's 4. I don't know if he's putting some more out today. I don't know what his schedule for that's going to be, but be prepared for at least 8. At least 8. Hey there, Angie. How you doing? Hey, Dan. How you doing? Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, I'll bring him in at the end. I'll have Don bring him in at the end. They are still exploring their automatic litter box. It's been interesting. Hey there, Lucid. How you doing? Hey, Andrea. Yeah, I hope everybody's Easter goes well tomorrow. Hope everybody has the plans that they wanted to have. Hey there, Lisa. Hey, Mr. Naysayer. How are you? Hey there, Haley. How are you? Hey there, Trish. Polka Dots. Maggie. I have my strawberry coconut lemon water. Not my coffee. I had my coffee this morning and I was going to make another coffee, but I was like, I kind of want something carbonated. And I just buy that regular old American clear, whatever, Walmart strawberry water and just add a bunch of stuff to it. But I do need to get some more dragon fruit syrup because I'm out. Hey there, Donald. How are you? Hey, Blue Holly. On vacation. Girl, I would not be doing this on vacation if I were you. This is such like a mind stress workout. Just go sip a margarita by the ocean or something. Yeah. But thank you for being here on your vacation. That's dedication for sure. Hey there, Dinah. How are you? Aaliyah. Right? I wish I was on vacation. I'm jealous. Hey there, Gina. DKM, how are you? Oh, y'all are the ones who ordered the baseball tee. Legit, the baseball tee is my favorite because I have like big arms. I have gumbo arms because I'm half Cajun. So I hate my arms, and the baseball tee, perfection. It's not all the way long. And I know you guys probably noticed when I wear my long sleeve one, I always roll it up to about like right here. That baseball tee is perfect. I probably will end up making more designs on the baseball tee eventually. I really like the baseball tee and it's so comfortable. It's really like thin, so it doesn't overheat you. It's literally my favorite one. It literally is my favorite one. Oh, got storms. I hope y'all are good in the storms. Yeah, I don't know how to do the double stream thing. I emailed Bronx Tales about it. I don't know if she saw my email yet. And if she doesn't by the time we get started, then I'll just have them help me figure that out. But yeah, I want to double stream it. I had already talked to them about that. I just don't know how to do it. So they're going to have to show me. Hey there, Sarah. How are you? Hey, Jane. And Dresh, how are you? How are you? Paula Bure, how are you? How are you? Wit, how are you? From Germany, Rebel. Well, welcome in. Oh no, it might be my horrible Spectrum internet, bro. Don't blame your computer. Hey girl, thank you so much for the book. Thank you so much for Cash Apping me the book stuff. We're going to do the book club thing, but if you email me, you can tell me more about like what your idea is for that. Cause I know there's so many of you guys that are getting like the audiobook and the Kindle. So if y'all like, I don't know if y'all want to do like a live read where everyone like has their own thing or we just like read it. I also don't know for sure how that works with copyright. So I know that when James Patterson's book came out, or like when Howard Bloom, whatever's articles would come out, some channels that would sit there and like read the whole thing, I feel like they would do like weird like sections of stuff and kind of go back and forth and skip it around because I don't want to get in trouble for copyright. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do that because I'm totally down with going live like maybe twice a week with that book, maybe even 3 times a week with that book, and just reading it in full, like a set amount of chapters each time, and just like doing what we can with it. Instead of doing the way that I did the James Patterson book, which is where I would read it, take a whole bunch of notes, and then do like a big summary. And the summary was just as long as it would have been with me like reading it because there was always so much to stop on. So if you want to shoot me an email about how like your idea was for how to do this, I would totally take suggestions on how to do that because I'm totally down for doing like a book thing. Hey, Trisha, how are you? Oh, thank you for the $4.99 pie. I love it here. I love every community. Real is real. You're amazing, Jules. Love you all the way from Liverpool, England. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up in here today. Okay. I am... Oh, thank you for the gifted membership, Blue-Eyed Butterfly, and for the 2. Thank you. Yes, I will be there. It's supposed to be at 5:30 Texas time, from what I'm understanding from Mike's emails. So it's 2:30 now. That's like in like 3 hours. This is only like a 30-minute long or so interview. I feel like we're only going to really be here for like an hour. I'm not going to stop too much because I really want to hear what he says. So there's not going to be like too much commentary unless something like really stands out, which there's going to be things that stand out. I can already tell from the comments. I can already tell from you guys' conversation. But I'm really going to try to just like really hone in on what's being said here. Now, I did go to this guy's social media, and that picture that Connor found, that's legitimately the only picture that's public. It's the only one, which isn't a bad thing. I figured that a lot of these guys would have like locked down social media. At this point, that's just expected, I guess. And thank you for the gifted membership, Haley. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Go ahead and pull this up now. Put a 1 in the chat, and I know there's gonna be a shit ton of 1s. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have already watched this over on Connor's channel, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have, because a lot of you guys said that it was like pretty informative. So I'm really interested to see what this guy has to say. I always have to look and see which one is right, but I don't really care about it like that because of the cord. So I guess we're just going to do it this way. A lot of you guys. Okay. I don't watch Birdie's channel, so I don't know what that guy has to say. If somebody like has clips of just what the professional guy has to say, then yeah, I'd take a listen, but I don't watch that channel. So I have no idea. You have not. Okay. Some of you haven't. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a listen. Let me go ahead and I'll start it up and get this banner. Again, this is one of the Sigma Chi frat bros. And this is one of 8 that will be coming out. Okay. Da-da-da-da. And again, this little symbol up here, the dog, is Connor. Connor is where all of these are coming from. I will also put a link in the chat real quick for those of you who don't know how to find him. Right now, he has this guy. Then a guy named Conrad Harrison was posted right afterwards. That interview is an hour and almost 9 minutes. Then we have Mason Mitri, and that one was posted yesterday. That one's 21-ish minutes. And then another 30-minute interview from a guy named John Felon, all of them from Sigma Chi. And again, there should be 4 more coming. So there's the link to Connor's channel. Oh, thank you for the 5, Blue-Eyed Butterfly. You're my favorite chick. How humble, genuine you are. I have the utmost respect for you. Thank you for all your hard work and time. Well, I very much appreciate that. I very much appreciate that. I really, really do. Okay, let's go ahead and hear what this guy has to say. Start it up. Okay.
Okay, it's December 14th, 2022. This is Detective Sergeant Mike Van Lubin with the Idaho State Police. It is 4:32 p.m. and I'm here at the Moscow Police Department interviewing for victimology for Ethan. So, when did you first meet Ethan?
Now, I will just say, real fast, from the comments on Connor's channel, there's probably, from what I'm understanding again from the comments, way too many redactions. Like, annoyingly too many redactions. So, let's see if those comments are accurate, because that wouldn't surprise me.
I rushed Ethan into the house. I was that year.
Did they just redact Ethan's last name?
So, when did you first meet Ethan?
I rushed Ethan into the house. I was that year.
What a weird redaction spot.
The year that they were freshmen. That's really when I first got to know them, was probably on the second or third day of rush. Great kids from the start. I mean, just same things, beaming personalities, all of it. So from there, that was pretty much the first time I met both of the brothers, and then I hadn't met until maybe second semester of that year sometime. I really wasn't close with or spent a ton of time around her or anything.
Did they just redact Xana's name? Did they just redact Xana's name?
Maybe second semester of that year sometime. I really wasn't close with or spent a ton of time around her or anything.
Okay, maybe that's Maisie they're blocking out right there. Yeah, it might have been Ann Hunter.
Did you know any of the other girls over at 1122?
No.
Never met them, never come to the parties.
No.
Okay, so he just said, did you know any of the other girls over at 1122? He said the word other. So was that Xana's name that they just redacted? I'm still going to lean on it was probably Maisie's, but these redactions are just weird.
I wasn't familiar with them really. I knew by name, but no, I couldn't put a face to the name necessarily before an event like this.
Okay. Yeah. Did you ever go to 1122?
Maybe once or twice. I really could. Maybe in the first semester. I can't remember if I maybe stumbled my way over there at some point.
Okay.
Hey, and welcome to everybody who's in here. They must be like physically writing notes. Ooh. That noise is going to be in there the whole time.
So did you ever know Ethan's parents?
No, not really.
Are they blocking out the fact that they like made all of the frat guys stay at the frat overnight and they took their phones and had like a sit-in until sunup? Is that what they're hiding right here? This is a lot of redactions. Still going.
But other than that, not really on a personal scale or to hold a personal conversation with them.
So you just met the parents weekend?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me ask you about that parents weekend.
Weekend before the murders.
Who's
wild? Oh my god, this is gonna get annoying as shit real fast.
And we're at your parents' weekend.
Okay.
I agree.
Because she remembers there being somebody there, some guy that didn't belong there, and he had to get escorted out. Do you remember that event?
At the party? Was that about the party?
And we're at your parents' weekend.
Okay.
says that she remembers there being somebody there, some guy that didn't belong there, and he had to get escorted out. Do you remember that?
It almost sounded like he made an S sound right before the redaction. Is he giving him a story that maybe Stacy Chapin gave to him about a guy getting kicked out on Parents' Weekend? It's almost what it seems like.
At your Parents' Weekend.
Okay.
Says that she remembers there being somebody there, some guy that didn't belong there, and he had to get escorted out. Do you remember that event, that instance?
Sorry.
It's got to be a pencil.
My Parents' Weekend was pretty filled with finances, though, for that. So I was pretty much in the back room the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about relationships that Ethan had in the house.
Morse code, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's his best friend?
The people he spent the most time around, I would say, would probably and probably.
That sounds like J names and a C name. I don't hear an H name coming out of this guy's mouth.
So tell me about relationships that Ethan had in the house.
Yeah.
Who's his best friend?
Right?
The people he spent the most time around, I would say, would probably and probably.
No, that's definitely a pencil. Oh my gosh.
And I believe is his full name. And I think they were really good for each other because a lot of those kids were really in similar places at the time of like really trying to figure out, and not so much because he's older than the bunch, but those kids were younger, and it's kind of weird because came in same PC technically, so rushed with them, but he was a junior at the time, so mentally more mature and kind of had school and those things.
And that makes it confusing, doesn't it? That shit right there makes it confusing. There's multiple Madisons. There are several different people with very similar names, and it has made it very confusing for sure. How many Jacks we got?
I think that those dudes got so close because they were really trying to deal with the same things of school, relationships, things like that. Things that young kids do deal with at that point.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why they got attracted to each other so closely, so quickly.
Okay. What kind of friend was Ethan?
Always there. I live alone in the bottom rooms, like on the lower 40 now.
Those were always two men.
Right, kind of a swing deal I got going now.
Kind of one man,
right?
Super guy. That's right. A bit strange to me.
But I mean, a lot of my time I spent with Ethan after my sophomore year, his freshman year. So like this year, a lot of the time I spent with him was online video games or things like that. But man, he was like always texting you, always seeing what you're doing, like really cared. I mean, I feel like you hear the same things, but it really was who he was. And
was he polite, nice, warm, or was he ever annoying or
like
confrontational?
He always knew.
Right there. People need to realize this about everyone in this whole story. The only people that really knew each other were Ethan, Hunter, Maisie, Jack, Kaylee, Maddie. Everyone else, no. Like Xana and Ethan were a couple, but when it came to everyone else, Dylan and Bethany were just freaking roommates. They'd barely even been there for just a few months. They were going in and out of classes like with each other. These were just as unimportant to your life. Let's be so serious. As people that you knew from elementary school, as people from high school, as people from middle school, temporary people that you're literally just going through a portion of your life in that are going to literally mean, and 99% of them will mean absolutely shit to you in a matter of a year once you're done with college. You won't talk to them. You'll barely look at their social media. It's literally just an experience that you're going through together. It doesn't mean anything. And Ethan hadn't even been living at the frat. And as you're gonna like hear from listening to that 1119 chick and like other people talk about the Greek row or Greek life stuff, if you're not living inside of the frat like you're supposed to be, then there's all of these events that you're not allowed to go to either. So you're right. Like these people were literally like just friends and acquaintances and roommates to each other. There is no closeness It's all just like for the temporary time. So when people are like, oh my God, best friends, no, that's not the reality of what this was. For a few of them, for people that knew each other outside of that, for maybe people that have been going to school together for 4 years, maybe, but not this situation. And definitely not when it came to Dylan and Bethany. Definitely not when it came to Dylan and Bethany.
Like, even if he like started pushing things to the line, he always had that like feeling of where that line was and like when he'd overstepped, and like was always big enough to be like, I'm sorry. Like,
I think it might be too. Let me pull up the report.
I can't really think of times that he ever would push things like that. He never really pushed the envelope, was always more on the caring side than confrontational.
Do you remember him having a conflict with anybody, either in the house or out of the house? Do you remember him ever?
He says no, he's a liar.
You know, getting a yelling match with somebody, or
no, anything more than like, dude, pick up your dishes.
That's a lie. Even the girl that lived at 1119, the one that gave London's Notebook that footage of everyone sitting outside, okay, she even admitted that the argument and the fight that's talked about in the 4chan post actually happened. And she goes into full-on detail about who was mad about what, and it was all over a girl, that this guy wanted to be with this girl, and she didn't want to be with them. There was an emotional connection, blah, 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 whatever. She admits that shit happened. So for this guy to sit here and be like, no, there was no problem, dude, you're lying. He better change his story quick, because right now I'm calling him a liar.
Or something like that.
No, it's something serious.
No.
Was he ever involved in a fight?
No.
Freaking liar. Freaking liar. Liar.
So if you look at this list, you can see the people that have been marked, and I think the ones in stars have been described as good friends of his, and the P's are for people in his pledge class. If you look over that list, do you generally agree that those are the people that we should be talking to?
I'm gonna do with the pencil's annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the report is number 178 in the Idaho State Police records. And it looks like there's an Idaho State Police officer, Detective Alderson, and then Sergeant Van Leuven that interviewed a bunch of these people. At least that's what it says like on the header of the report. But then if you read down into the actual report itself, let me pop it up on the screen real quick. If you read down on the report itself, like when they all start, he's talking about like it's just him. Oh no, maybe that's not true. Hold on. I subsequently interviewed blank members, blank, blank, blank for victimology purposes. Okay, so this is the one, this is supposed to be on December the 14th. And it just says, I interviewed blank at Moscow Police Department for both. For both of the ones that took place on the 14th. It's saying that they were done at the Moscow Police Department. And it just says that on the first, Detective Alderson and Van Leuven interviewed one person at his apartment. And then for the rest of them, it's just a single guy. This is interesting right here, too, because it says, with the exception of blank, these interviews were audio recorded. So whose wasn't? This is where they also mentioned that letter. For the first time, there's another report about a letter that was sent to, I think, the sorority. That's something else that I plan on trying to FOIA, because I'm really super interested in that report, in that letter. Okay, let's get back to this now. Said I wasn't going to stop so much, but you know, got lots to say. Okay, here we go. Oh, hide. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
A name that's come up that maybe we should talk to. Did he have a relationship with him at all?
Not that I can really speak on a whole lot comfortably.
Did he have a relationship with any of the girls at 1122?
No. Not that I am aware of at all.
Okay. What about?
Hey, girl.
What about?
I really can't speak on any of his relationships either. From what I know, neither of them went out that much, but I don't go out that much either. So,
where did Ethan spend his time?
I honestly never went to his apartment off campus. For the first entire time, I thought he was actually living at the browns or the yellows, which are right behind the whites. Right? I thought that's where his original single person apartment was, but so I had never been to his other apartment, but he was always at the house, whether it was.
Did he just say his original single person apartment? Does that mean that he's had 2 apartments since he's been in Moscow? Because the way that they've described it, and we still don't have an actual address or clarification, verification, any of the things. The way that it's been described is that it was an apartment complex behind the A&W, which is all the way down Taylor towards 95. Straight shot down. So that's interesting. Let me listen to that one more time.
I honestly never went to his apartment off campus. For the first entire time, I thought he was actually living at the browns or the yellows, which are right behind the whites. Right? I thought that's where his original single person apartment was, but so I had never been to his other apartment, but
interesting.
He was always at the house, whether
other
it was
apartment
room, which is on.
So Ethan has had 2, according to this guy. He's had 2 single room apartments where he's lived by himself, and we know from the interview that his parents did that Jim, his father, is the one that said that they paid that 6-month lease ahead of time, and he lived by himself after he got kicked out of the frat for his grades. But he was always over with Xana. And I remember saying, why aren't they over at his apartment, hanging out together, alone time? Because they were a couple, but they were also really, really social. So it made sense for them to be more at her place around everyone than at his apartment. But did they ever go to his apartment? Did he ever go there at all? If you look at Xana's closet, all of his stuff, there's so much clothes of his in there. Shoes of his are in there. He's got toiletries there. It's literally he just lived at 1122, which is fine. But this literally makes it sound like he lived at 2 different single apartments. On top of, at some point, he lived inside the frat. Interesting. Okay.
Opposite side of me on the bottom of the lower 40, or hanging out with and those guys. But I really, most of the times when I saw him was at the house and not out partying and things like that.
Did he spend a lot of time at 1122?
Yes, I mean, not that I can speak of I personally knew when he was there and when he wasn't, but I know that he spent a significant amount of time at Xana's house. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you know Xana before Ethan?
Not anything more than she's in our Clash of Clans clan, but I've talked to her a couple times here and there. We were freshmen together, but I probably didn't.
They played Clash of Clans together? That's cute.
Before Ethan?
Not anything more than she's in our Clash of Clans clan, but I've talked to her a couple times here and there. We were freshmen together, but I probably didn't know her until I was a sophomore, honestly.
Okay.
This is true.
Great girl, though. Great person.
Did they seem like they were going to go the distance?
Mm-hmm.
I think, to me, they were the same person. Goofy, almost so, not what's the word I'm looking for? Not oblivious, but just kind of the world is great. Everything was great. Didn't matter if it was actually bad or if it was great. Everything was just great.
Everything is perfect.
Right, exactly. So it's almost just obliviousness in there, but they're smart, awesome people. So yeah, I couldn't see a problem with them. I'm not going to put words in their mouth, but I could see them going the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So was there an ex that Xana had that maybe was mad that she was moving on?
I don't know Xana that well, honestly. Not
the drug dealer that got kicked out of the school, you mean?
And the drama that well in campus, I guess.
Okay. What about Ethan's past?
They're
Did he
supposed to be
ever talk
balanced to
about
skip
growing
them.
Not a ton past basketball and kind of like club and things like that.
Club? What do you mean by
Club basketball.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
the thing that I don't know. And I don't know how to like ask because we don't have an address. I guess I could just put in a FOIA and be like, write it up to where we just want like any information from Ethan's apartment. But I don't know how to ask for things in a FOIA request when I don't have specifics, because I always have so much detail when I send them in. So I don't even know how to ask for that. I guess I can just try the best that I possibly can, knowing that it's being mentioned in interviews and they know about it. Like, I don't see a world where they would not have gone to his apartment and looked around and tried to see if there was anything there worth any substance. Huh.
What we kind of bonded over to start when I first met him was I also played club basketball and traveled and, basketball all summer and all spring. And so that's kind of where we found our initial relationship, was through basketball. But past that, before going, I really wasn't familiar with the area there from at all.
Yeah, he had like failed, right? Like he was repeating his freshman year from how I understand it because his grades were bad. That's why he wasn't living at the frat, but there was a 1 year memorial that took place. And one of the guys that stood up and talked said that he had just talked to Ethan right before he died. And he was telling him how he was excited to be moving back in, like in the next few weeks. So it would seem like after the Christmas break was done, he would have been moving back into the frat. So the timing for that is really super interesting too.
Really speak about it a ton. So that's why I know that.
Okay.
Yes, he was interviewed most likely several times, but we've only heard one. And it was before the public knew about the "What did you tell Adam?" or "What did you say to Adam?" video. So nothing about any of that is mentioned in the interview that we have heard. And now I'm pretty positive it was an MPD interview. I don't know if the ISP one is going to come out. I don't know if they actually ask him about anything. I got to go back and look at the reports. Oh, I got to sneeze. I got to go back and look at the reports to see what number it is. But for sure, he had to have been interviewed more, but they didn't say anything about that in the first one. It was way before we knew about it.
Did he ever mention having a problem with anybody at the apartments where he rented?
Mm-hmm. I never touched that subject with him, though.
I don't think that they're meaning, I'll go back a second too. I don't think that they're meaning that he had two at the same time. I think that they're meaning that he had one before and then he lived in with the frat and then he got kicked out the frat and he got another one. I think that's how they're trying to explain it.
They're from it all. Nor did they really speak about it a ton.
Hey there, thank you.
So that's why I know that.
Okay.
I agree. They should be banned. It's so stupid. It's useless. Just way to get more money.
Did he ever mention having a problem with anybody at the apartments where he rented?
Mm-hmm. I never touched that subject with him, though.
Let me look.
Do you know if Ethan was ever involved? Was he ever stopped by the police or contacted by law enforcement before all this?
I don't believe so. Not that our executive board has ever heard of.
But he was pulled over. There's a video. Was it him driving? It says, yes, there is a lacrosse team at the University of Idaho, and they are officially known as the Vandal Lacrosse. It's a men's club lacrosse team established in 2004. They compete in the Pacific Northwest Collegiate Lacrosse League, or PNCLL, and there are members of the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association. So yeah, they do. Let me look real quick on Christy's channel because I know that she had posted something about Ethan having some sort of traffic stop. I honestly didn't watch it because it didn't have anything to do, at least as far as I was concerned, about anything. But let me just verify here that he was the one driving. I know it was posted like a while ago. Back lobby. R112. Well, she's got lots of Brent Kopaka stuff on here. Lots of different Molly stops. Okay, so she posted the one of the Sobro pullover. Okay. I could have sworn there was one with Ethan. Am I tripping? Let me look over here. Wasn't there one? He wasn't. He was let go, but he was the driver, right? Okay. So if they know that, why is he not being honest about that? I mean, it's just a traffic stop. It doesn't even matter. It's just a traffic stop. It's not even a big deal. But why aren't you telling them that that's a situation? Like, wouldn't they have been informed? This guy just seems like he just doesn't want to be honest about things that we already like know exist, which is like stupid.
Do you know if Ethan was ever involved? Was he ever stopped by the police or contacted by law enforcement before all this?
I don't believe so. Not that our executive board has ever heard of. Normally we hear about those kind of things.
Okay. What? Okay. Well, the public knows. Why don't you know? That's so crazy as shit.
Could you describe his personal habits? I mean, what did he? Anything unusual?
No, he liked to play a lot of video games. He tolerated school.
No ticket. Maybe that's why he doesn't know.
He wasn't, probably know that. It's why he wasn't living in the house.
Maybe that's why. What did he say about not living in the house?
So, could you describe his personal habits? I mean, what did he? Anything unusual?
No, he liked to play a lot of video games. He tolerated school. That's actually the reason why he wasn't, probably know that. It's why he wasn't living in the house. No, nothing out of the regular.
There's no proof that Kaylee was either.
Do you know what he wanted to do after school?
I don't, to be honest with you. I can't remember if it was him or...
Yeah. Because he didn't get a ticket. That makes sense. My gosh. Aren't these like adults?
To be honest. No, okay. I'm not completely sure.
Any changes in his personality?
No, other than the fact that he wanted to be back in the house and was driving for that. So definitely more motivation, but
his grades had gone up a lot.
Negative changes.
And apparently Xana was helping him study, and that's how his grades went up a lot.
How were his interactions with other people that weren't Sigma Chi? Did he have any friends outside of Sigma Chi?
Yeah, he did. I know when they were going through Rush, they were very outgoing people, and I know a lot of people that really wanted them to be a part of their houses, and so that spoke to me pretty quickly of obviously they're outgoing people, and they just have those loving, friendly faces when they smile that you just want to talk to them. But I can't, again, I don't go out a ton to party or drink, do it. I'm a college kid, but it's not where I spend the majority of my time. So I can't really speak to like a lot of his outside interactions at like events or things like that. A lot of the things I go to are pretty much just Sigma Chi events.
Okay. When you did stuff with other sororities, fundraisers and stuff, was he
normal, fine,
no
great,
problems?
like one of the most people that brings in the most energy. And
that's the next one that we're going to go over. As far as I'm understanding, that guy is the Conrad Harrison person. Because in the very beginning of Connor's post of his interview, he mentions, hey, this is also the same guy that was standing next to Hunter in the video of the noise complaint. So yeah, you're right.
Gets people going. Yeah.
That's the one that's like an hour.
Any issues.
Any significant events that happened prior to this, just around within the house, in the area, car wreck, thefts, break-ins, fights with other people?
Yeah, not relating to him. No.
What were you gonna say?
Hey, girl.
But that was a couple month or two before, and that it's not related to Ethan.
What is it?
Had had an incident with the police. I think he's still dealing with it, to be honest, but can't speak that it's not related to Ethan.
What is it?
Had an
It
incident
almost sounded
with
like an
the
R name.
police. I think he's still dealing with it, to be honest, but can't speak on it, but I just know.
Is he a Sigma Chi?
Yeah, he is.
Do you remember what that was about?
It was a drunk driving related thing. He plowed through a carport or something of the sorts, and
Okay.
he's dealing with that, but nothing before that.
I figured they'd have it on
Okay,
there.
let's talk about drugs a little bit here.
Yeah,
Obviously, we don't care about drugs. We care about trying to solve homicide.
yeah.
We understand that there was some drug use over 1122. Do you know about that?
I don't. I never spent enough time over there.
It's
to
not
really
our Ethan.
find out about those kind of things.
Not that I've noticed. I haven't looked in a while at that website. But I'm sure they're keeping up with it.
If you wanted to source Adderall, where would you go?
Interesting.
I know there's a couple guys in the house that have prescriptions. If I wanted to sourcing makes it sound bad. Makes
If
it
you're
sound
looking
like
for someone to sell you Adderall, where would you
see that. Yeah.
So there's a couple of people that have prescriptions.
Yeah, but I'm not buying it from them. At that point, it's just hey man, I just need to get this assignment done, something like that.
Fair enough.
I don't want to give you the impression that people are dealing Adderall out of our house. It's not what's going
that's
on.
not what I think.
Oh my God, that's not what's going on. I'm telling you right now that I can go and get one from literally anybody, but we're not dealing. It's okay. Boy. Okay. Lie to somebody else, but cool.
I just need to get this assignment done, something like that.
Fair enough.
I don't want to give you the impression that people are dealing Adderall out of our house. It's not what's going on.
That's not what I think is going on. Frankly, I think it's a different house. But what about cocaine?
Frankly, I think it's a different house, though they already are under the impression that they know who's dealing shit. And keep in mind, this is a month after the murders. This is after the Chapins already had the lockdown and took everyone's phones and had a little powwow with them overnight and didn't let anybody out till the sun came up. This is after everything. This is a month into everyone getting their stories together. Why it took a month for them to interview these people, who knows?
That people are dealing Adderall out of our house. It's not what's going on.
That's not what I think is going on. Frankly, I think it's a different house. But what about cocaine? No idea.
No idea. If you want to hear
I don't know.
I would assume that I could find a Delta that would sell me some, but that's also my just kind of.
I think that's probably right.
Okay, so they are saying the deltas. Interesting.
I would assume that I could find a Delta that would sell me some, but that's also my just kind of.
I think that's probably right.
Preconceived prejudice opinion, maybe.
Why do you think that is?
I've had a couple of them come up to me at the Quarter Club and ask if I have anything on me or anything that they might be able to use.
Right. How about online behavior with Ethan? Did he do anything online unusual? Did he have any contacts online?
Interesting.
No, and
do you play games with people from back home?
Xbox, we just play with I play with one of my, but he just lives at. He's like my brother. I grew up with him since I was 2, I think.
So we've got the Sigma Chi community.
Yeah.
What I would really like to know now, it just got freaking cold as shit in here. What I would really like to know now is if the Deltas were the frat that was supposed to be where Xana was supposed to go. Because remember we had the one interview. Have we heard the guy speak already? Or was this just one that we read? I can't recall at this point in time, but you guys are going to know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's just one that we've read. I don't think we've heard this one. But remember, we went over some information with a guy that was apparently over at that party or some shit. And one of the comments was that Xana was supposed to go over to another frat and meet another group of frat guys that night, but then something changed their plans. And we were like, what? Why would Xana, a girl, need to go and meet some other frat party, and it's not Ethan going over and meeting them or Xana and Ethan going and meeting them? He was very specific that it was just about Xana. So that was weird. I wonder if it was the freaking Deltas. Hopefully we get that interview audio and maybe he will be specific. Okay.
And we've got grown up, home, family, community.
Yeah.
What other communities is Ethan part of? I know somebody said he plays intramural sports.
Yeah.
And then he's got his classes that he takes.
Yeah.
So what, besides those 4 pots of people, what other pots might we find him in? If that makes sense.
I mean,
Great
honestly,
question.
and like the way he was so outgoing. So we're like, I almost wouldn't
No
even
idea.
group, like it would, as Sigma Chi, it would be like Greek life almost, which is like
right.
the hard part too, of like, he was an outgoing person like that. He knew a lot of people liked him. I forgot the kids, I think it's or something, I'm unfamiliar, but I know that they were best friends and like made a great relationship.
Let's see if we can hear the name he says almost.
Like it would, as Sigma Chi, it would be like Greek life almost, which is like
right.
the hard part too, of like, he was an outgoing person like that. He knew a lot of people liked him. I forgot the kids, I think it's or something, I'm unfamiliar, but I know that they were best.
That's still not an H name. That's still not Hunter frickin' Johnson that's being mentioned as being Mr. BFF to Ethan. We have not heard an H sound come out of this guy's mouth talking about any of Ethan's friends. And also remember that Maisie didn't mention Hunter being Ethan's friend either. At all. So where Hunter comes off being like, oh my gosh, I was Ethan's best friend and he was my best friend and we were besties. No one else is saying that. And that's very important because somebody who fakes the relationship with the person that is the victim usually has like a giant ass red flag. Remember the Kylie Rodney case? Little bitty Sammy acting like her and Kylie were besties. No, you weren't. You weren't even following each other on social media and you hated Kylie because you wanted to be with Jagger. Like all of that truth came out after she was allowed to walk around the bullhorn and tell the police, hey, if you have any tips, don't tell the cops. Come and tell me and Jagger, the guy that I've been wanting to be with for forever. And now I can finally have him because Kylie's dead. Can we be so serious? Same concept, same behavior. No one outside of Hunter and his little girlfriend has said that he was best friends with Ethan. Literally no one. And that is disturbing. That's disturbing.
Best friends and like,
especially if you consider the fact that he tells Officer Nunes that he hadn't even checked on Ethan. But remember, he's the best friend that checked Ethan's pulse that Ashley Banfield came out and told a whole lie about.
Like, made a great relationship through Rush.
Who he was best friends with?
I can't remember.
See, that's a J name. That's a J name.
To be frank, it's the kid who called 911.
Oh.
Hunter, sorry, Hunter. Yes.
So now he actually does mention Hunter. Okay, I'll take that back. He's finally saying Hunter's name. That's interesting. It has been a month. So I'd really like to know if he just knows that now because Hunter's the one that called 911 or if that's legitimate. Because again, no one else has mentioned this in all this time. This is the first time that we've heard from an outside source that Hunter was the best friend. That's just weird to me. I'm sorry. I keep my it's weird to me situation because that's weird to me.
No, it's not.
See, so now he said it's not the guy
to
he
be
just
frank,
said.
it's the kid who called 911.
Okay, see.
Hunter, sorry. Hunter, yes. Not Jack. Sorry. Misspoke.
Where are you from?
I'm from, yeah. Okay. My family's originally from so.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
Or didn't Showalter?
No, I grew up on the east side. So I pretty much stayed in my 15-minute radius there.
Check out that timing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know about Ethan's schedule? Like what he did every day?
No, to be honest, he texted me probably around noon every day to play Fortnite or some type of video game.
Were his classes online? Or
you have it?
I'm honestly not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd like it. So I can
most
send
of the time
some.
couldn't play.
If you have Ethan's actual address, like where he lived at that apartment, I would really like it so I could FOIA some stuff. I would really, really like it. Hey, girl, how you doing? Thank you for the $9.99. Thank you for all your amazing work, Jules. You're a blessing and asset to your crime community. Keep fighting the fight. Justice will prevail. Well, thank you so much for being in here. I'm supposed to be over there talking to them too on their channel here soon. We're still trying to like schedule stuff. We did just have a little bit of an email exchange a couple of days ago, so hopefully we can get all that scheduled out. This guy's interview is wild. The Delta Frat being shut down in December for a burst pipe. I wonder if I can FOIA that information or how much of that I could get from the school. Because I know the schools can't like give out too much information, but I wonder if they can give out information for why a frat was shut down. And there'd be like a paper trail. Because that timing is crazy for everything that we're hearing out of this guy's face.
He was so outgoing. So we're like
actually
almost wouldn't even group like it would as Sigma Chi, it would be like Greek life almost, which is like the hard part too of like he was an outgoing person like that. He knew a lot of people liked him. I forgot
the truth about that.
Kids, I think he's or something. I'm unfamiliar, but I know that they were best friends and like made a great relationship through Rush.
Who he was best friends with?
I can't remember. No, it's not Jim. To be frank, it's the kid who called 911.
To be frank.
Oh,
Hunter. Sorry, Hunter. Yes, not Jim. Sorry.
Well, thank you. Probably not always.
I'm from. Yeah, my family's originally from. So,
did you know?
No, I didn't.
Or didn't Showalter?
No, I grew up on the east side. So I pretty much stayed in my 15-minute radius there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be.
Do you know about Ethan's schedule? Like what he did every day?
No, to be honest, he texted me probably around noon every day to play Fortnite or some type of video game.
Were his classes online or were they in person?
I'm honestly not sure, to be honest.
That was weird.
I most of the time couldn't play with him at noon because I'm in my heavy course load because I'm in my last 2 semesters here. So
thank you for being here.
I'm in my series classes taking 18 credits. So most of the time I couldn't play, but he would text me just about every day asking if I could.
So I played Clash of Clans and Fortnite.
Homework dog, I'm sorry.
Any recent changes to his schedule?
No.
So this is going to sound kind of formal, but this is actually worded pretty well. Inquire as to any instance where the victim ever discussed or displayed fear, concern, or discomfort about a particular person or situation. Anything?
No.
Did you ever express concern about one of the girls over 1122, about somebody giving them a bad time?
No. I can't say that topic came up between him and I all that often. I was honestly closer with than I was Ethan, but I think that's also because he's still in the house and I could talk to him more often. But
fair enough.
Yeah. Those kind of topics never really came up when Ethan and I had the chance to talk. It was kind of just more goofy, good times. And
see, I could see him maybe knowing Hunter more, like he just said, because Hunter still lived inside of the frat. But I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't know how much he could really like give information wise when we already know that he's not being honest about a couple of things that we already know about. Like saying that there wasn't like anything that happened and there was like no arguments. That was bullshit. That's absolute freaking bullshit.
But fair enough. Those kind of topics never really came up when Ethan and I had the chance to talk. It was kind of just more goofy, good times. And
victimology formed from the feds. From how I'm understanding it, some sort of, well, maybe not the feds, but it's a victimology. It seems like he was trying to like maybe reword some of the other questions and he just he couldn't figure out in his head how to reword this one. So he just read it, but it's a literal template of victimology questions from whatever the ISP people put together.
I think we were
don't really pay attention to that. That makes
didn't get
sense.
along with them, or they had conflict with each other. That maybe he tried to just avoid them because they just didn't get along.
No.
Nothing like that. Was Ethan employed?
I don't believe so. I worked at the tulip fields when I went to the Celebration of Life.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know the name of those tulip fields, but I know they did that over the summer. And then I think they might have worked.
I guess because Hunter and Maisie's names were being talked about too. I think I read in the Patterson book, and again, when it comes to facts, it's bullshit, but we know that Stacey Chapin talked all kinds of stuff to Patterson, okay? I read something in there about how he worked at a restaurant over the summer when they would be at their like lake house or something like that, that sometimes he would work at a restaurant. I think maybe all of them at some point had been like a waiter or waitresses or whatever at this restaurant at the lake area.
But again, I just learned that at the Celebration of Life.
If they worked through, you know what they did?
You know? He says it's an Xbox too. I don't remember seeing an Xbox in Xana's room. And you cannot play Fortnite on your phone. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a super special computer to play Fortnite. It doesn't have to be a gaming computer to be able to play Fortnite. So maybe he played it on his school computer that he had. I mean, people can play it on laptops. So maybe that's it. But he said Xbox. Maybe it's because he played on Xbox. I don't recall seeing an Xbox in Xana's room. It doesn't seem like he was at his apartment much. I'll have to go back and check, but I don't remember seeing an Xbox. That's a good point.
Was Ethan a big golfer?
I don't think he did that much up here.
That's what I thought. There's a mobile Fortnite? Well, then my son must not know about that because we definitely like only ever see it on the computers. That's crazy. I didn't know that you could play it on the mobile phone. Well, color me surprised. That's interesting.
He played intramural sports, is that right?
Yeah.
What intramural sports did he play?
Volleyball, basketball, maybe badminton.
Is that really?
Football, yeah.
See, okay, this Mason right here is the one that was Xana's ex, and he is the one. Now, this is not the Mason that we have an interview from. I don't know if this guy was interviewed or not, but I would sure freaking like to know. But this is the one that Xana, which is also another reason why I find it weird that like a lot of people got excited about Xana and Ethan being together. Like she wasn't ever like in a relationship before, unless her and this Mason guy really weren't like official and they were just like dating and not really boyfriend and girlfriend, because we know that there's like 35,000 different levels apparently now when it comes to this kind of shit for some reason. So I don't know what the whole situation was really with that when it comes to like being official or not. But this Mason guy was the one who got in trouble for dealing drugs and got kicked out of the frat, kicked out of the university, and was done. Was not allowed to come back, all of the things. I want to know if he was interviewed, but him being a Delta is interesting as shit. And it tracks to everything that we're hearing today. That's for freaking sure. I didn't know that. Thank you.
We had a wrestling in a row. He didn't do wrestling, but we had one this year, which was crazy. Let's see. Soccer. I don't know. Pretty much anyone he could get his name on there for.
Again, ever have any conflicts with anybody with intramural sports that?
No, nothing like that.
Do you know if he did anything for money other than a job? Was money ever an issue? Was he ever not able to pay his bills or?
No, it says that you've been able to actually play Fortnite mobile since 2018 during the season 4 release. Interesting. I did not know that. I've never seen my kids play Fortnite on their phones. Maybe they just don't because they don't prefer it, and that's just why I just didn't know.
Did you ever make a big purchase where people are like, wow, where'd the money come from, and anything like that?
Mm-hmm. Hey there, Jackie. It is 2 different Masons. It is 2 different Masons. Or shizzle.
How do I word that? Like if he needed something, they're always there. Like, you need anything, like, it's not a bad way to live.
Struggle for money.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's what you mean. See, why so many freaking same names? Well, I want both interviews. Because if they didn't interview these people, then that's going to prove more of a point. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you notice whether the way that he spent his time or the people he was hanging out with had changed in the weeks preceding his death?
No, I think he's pretty much stuck with
The internet just told me 2018.
For the past year and a half. I think that's about how long him and Xana, about a year or something like that. And he spent a lot of time with us. And then the only other person I knew that he spent a lot of time with was him. But I know that their relationship was great.
I'm sorry? There was a retaliation killing at a University of Kentucky by a fraternity member who was kicked out and blamed it on another kid named Trent, and he waited to snipe him down. What the shit? That's crazy as hell. I'm going to have to look that up and do a video about it. That's insane. This is neither one. This is a guy not named Mason. This is a guy named Kelvin. Kentucky. Now I just need to look it up real quick. Retaliation killing. See if this is it right here. There's one about a party. I'm going to have to do some research, and if I can find that story, then yeah, we're going to talk about that, because these fraternities are crazy. These fraternities are wild. And if you've been told like your entire life, like how your life is going to go because your parents were alumni and they're not going to take no for an answer, and then you get into all these things, you have all these expectations and all of these stipulations or regulations on you, but you're like doing what your family is expecting you to do, and then you get kicked out. I can imagine that can be like a mental like F up to like, what are you going to do? Now your whole family hates you, blah, 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 blah. Well, you did whatever you did to get kicked out. Obviously that's on you. But for there to be some sort of like, I'm going to go and like handle everybody. That's what a narcissist does. Blames everybody but themselves. Okay. So that's not shocking. I did see one about something in the UK too. I saw people mentioning something about something in the Frat and UK, and that's what popped up a second ago too. I'm going to look more into it.
His death?
No, I think he's pretty much stuck with the same people for the past year and a half. I think that's about how long him and Xana, about a year or something like that. And he spent a lot of time with us. And then the only other person I knew that he spent a lot of time with was him. But I know that their relationship was great. So,
okay. What cars did he drive?
I only remember him riding passenger with, I believe, when they would go to get Taco Bell, but that's because my car's in the parking lot.
He apparently likes super love Taco Bell.
Like places I'm at often were the places that I saw him often. I never really saw him in his own car, if he ever had one. I'm really not sure.
Where did he eat most of the time?
Taco Bell. Every time, where you going, eat? Taco Bell.
Was he religious? Did he go to church?
I know.
I assume you would have said something, but to ask the question. Yeah. Do you know anybody that has that kind of car? I've seen that car in the area.
I haven't. No.
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am.
Did you say
Probably
a
wishes I was a
horseman?
bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well.
I'm going to what?
Have you ever
What? What did he just say?
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes I was a bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife.
I'm going to show you a picture of the freaking knife. Since when? I'm sorry.
Guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes I was a bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well. Have you ever seen a knife like this before? Do you know what kind of knife that is? Do you know anybody who owns one?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the K-bar because I've seen them at like gun shops and things like that, but no, I don't know.
Really unique handle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leather wrapping.
Unfamiliar.
I am floored. He says the knife. Not a knife.
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's
There'd be
way
no
more avid
reason.
than I am.
There would be no reason for anyone to be showing anyone a weapon. And we have literally not heard them ask anyone else if you recognize this knife. Like, I'm sorry. He's asking, do you recognize the knife? He's not showing them the knife sheath. He's saying, I'm going to show you the knife. I don't even know what to think about that. It could be just the way he's saying it, but why the actual shit would you be showing him a knife? This is crazy.
Do you know anybody that has that kind of car? I've seen that car in the area.
I haven't. No.
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes I was a bit more, but I just got my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well. Have you ever seen a knife like this before? Do you know what kind of knife that is? Do you know anybody who owns one?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the K-bar because I've seen them at like gun shops and things like that, but no, I don't know.
Really unique handle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leather
See,
wrapping.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know how many versions of the handle there is out there for the K-bar when it comes to color, wrapping, all of the things? This home dude is showing him something very specific as in the way that the handle is handled, in the way that the handle was created. Listen to the words. I am floored right now. The words this dude is saying is really throwing me the hell off.
Are you a hunter? Outdoorsman?
Yeah, I guess. My dad's way more avid than I am. Probably wishes
He's
I was
describing
a bit more,
something that
but
we
I just
shouldn't
got
see.
my hunting license a year ago or so.
Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of the knife. This is a very unique looking knife just because of, well. Have you ever seen a knife like this before? Do you know what kind of knife that is? Do you know anybody who owns one?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the K-bar.
I don't like that
I've seen them at like gun shops and things like that, but no, I don't know.
Really unique handle.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Leather wrapping.
Unfamiliar.
Two different colors right here. Two different styles, even looking at the angles right here. Look at the difference in the way that the slits are. Whole different color, whole different color, whole different color, whole different color, whole different color. Do you understand what I'm saying here? He literally is telling him, this is very unique. The way that it's wrapped, the way that the leather is. What in the actual shit is he showing him? Do you see all of the differences in the handles here? Look, this one even is like a wrench one that you can use as a knife and a freaking tool. Okay, like look at these. Look at the differences. How many different styles? And he is describing something very specific to this man. Look at him. No. Ugh. So he has a knife that has leather wrapping around the handle, and he is showing it to that man. What the hell did we just hear? There is no denying that this dude is showing him something very specific. He is describing the way that the handle is. And again, look how many different handles there are. It doesn't matter that they have the knife sheath. You cannot sit there and say, look at this knife. Look at this handle. Look how it's leather wrapped when we're supposed to not have a weapon. That was too specific. I don't freaking like it. I don't like it at all. Someone's lying again about something. Nah. No. We're not playing this game. Nope. Unbelievable.
So these last questions are going to be a little weird, but they're kind of supposed to be. When did you hear that this had happened?
I heard before anyone else in the house, really. I heard it from my friend who had heard that there was a group of deceased people and that one of them might be Ethan. And I just stepped out of my room for the first time. He's our
I was once your true story,
right.
Okay, so he told you, and
interesting to know
when you fully realized what had happened, that there were 4 people that had been murdered via being stabbed, and one of them was Ethan, and one of them was Xana. They were at that 1122 house. What was your initial take? What did you first think?
That's freaking crazy.
I don't know. I wasn't that close with the girls, so I was kind of missing a lot of pieces in that sense of like I didn't even honestly tell I didn't know the other 3. I didn't even know that Xana was there with Ethan. I just heard Ethan's name, and then probably 3 or 4 days after I figured out the other people, or we heard or somehow.
I'm sorry. That's the opposite of what should be coming out of your face. What do you mean you didn't know Xana was with Ethan, but Ethan died at 1122? Don't you know that's where she lives? What?
What did you first think?
Did they really? See, I'm so aggravated with this thing. Let me go back.
Before anyone else. No, I don't.
Leather wrapping.
Okay. Unfamiliar.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Dude's full of shit. Exactly.
So these last questions are going to be a little weird, but they're kind of supposed to be.
I'm floored right now.
When did you hear that this had happened?
I heard before anyone else in the house, really. I heard it from my friend who had heard that there was a group of deceased people, and that one of them might be Ethan. And I just stepped out of my room for the first time.
There's no way that you wouldn't know, considering Hunter lives in the same house that you live in. And one of your frat brothers is the one that woke up Hunter and told him there was cops at his brother's girlfriend's house, I guess, not his house. I almost said Ethan's house, but that's where he freaking was all the time, and walked Hunter over there. So for this guy to sit here and be like, oh, I heard before anybody else, but, I didn't know the details, and I didn't know that anybody else was involved, and blah, blah, blah. Like, you're full of shit.
Deceased people, and that one of them
the pin on the table is really
Ethan.
stupid.
And I just stepped out of my room for the first time. He's our.
They did blank out like this, the timing and the name.
I was unsure. True story.
Right.
Okay, so he told you, and when you fully realized what had happened, that there were 4 people that had been murdered via being stabbed, and one of them was Ethan, and one of them was Xana, and they were at that 1122 house. What was your initial take? What did you first think?
I don't know. I wasn't that close with the girls, so I was kind of missing a lot of pieces in that sense of like I didn't even honestly tell like I didn't know the other 3. I didn't even know that Xana was there with Ethan. I just
the deceased people is crazy.
3 or 4 days after I figured out the other people, or we heard or somehow, but honestly, my initial reaction wasn't even like, how did this happen? It was, or like, what happened? It was just like, Ethan, like, that was the only thing I could think about, was just like, nobody should have to go through that, and like, especially not him out of all people. Like, he was the least deserving of that. Like, that, I feel like that was the only thing I could think of, was the fact that, like, again, I wouldn't wish that upon anyone else in the world, but especially him. Like, he never deserved that. I feel like that was the only thing.
I mean, I get it,
my head
but what do you mean you didn't think about like what happened or how did it
Just because he
happen?
was such a good person.
Just like the most impeccable. Like, again, not the smartest, not the hardest working all the time, but like just the most.
Not the smartest. Did he just say that?
Anyone else in the world, but especially him. Like, he
does sound like he's freaking lying.
I feel like that was the only thing that kept running through my head for the first 3 days.
Just because he was such a good person.
Just like the most impeccable. Like, again, not the smartest, not the hardest working all the time, but like just the most genuine ever. Like, that he never lacked that ever.
Why are you sitting here trying to make it sound like you just cherished Ethan so much, with your reaction being like, nobody deserves that, oh my god, and you're not thinking what happened, how did it happen, who's responsible? Like, that's all very normal reactions to this. So for you to say like, yeah, I didn't react like that whatsoever, I just kept thinking, oh my god, nobody deserves that, you sound freaking weird, bro. I don't like your vocal fry when you answered the questions about the knife sheath, the not even the sheath, holy shit, the actual freaking knife. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. Like, this part of this is freaking crazy.
Never deserved that. I feel like that
he did. He called him dumb and lazy. Like, what?
3 days.
Just because he was such a good person.
Just like the most impeccable. Like, again, not the smartest, not the hardest working all the time, but like just the most genuine ever. Like, that he never lacked.
Lazy and dumb,
ever.
but so cool to be around.
So, if you had to attribute, I mean, what did you suspect who did you suspect had done this? Or what type of person would you suspect had done this? And what do you think their motivations might have been?
I don't know. When I heard that there was no sexual mutilation of the bodies, it is almost more frightful in the sense of still being
sexual mutilation? Did he just say mutilation instead of motivation? One more again.
Heard that there was no sexual mutilation of the bodies. It is almost more.
I cannot deal with this guy. What do you mean? God, I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared. What? What? That, I beg your finest pardon. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there. What? What do you mean? Mutilation, you freaking weirdo. Oh my God.
Had who did you suspect had done this? Or what type of person would you suspect had done this? And what do you think their motivations
I know he meant what he said. That's why I'm freaking floored right now.
I don't know. When I heard that there was no sexual mutilation of the bodies, it is almost more frightful in the sense of still being hurt, or like that person still being in an area, because like that changes the motive or like the reasoning behind it a lot, right? So I guess.
So if there was sexual mutilation, you wouldn't be worrying about the person still being around you? Is that what I'm getting? That because these things didn't happen, he wasn't worried about the person being local? Am I comprehending what he's saying? I feel like my brain is mush at this point.
There was no sexual mutilation of the bodies. It is almost more frightful in the sense of still being hurt, or like that person still being in an area, because like that changes the motive or like the reasoning behind it a lot, right? So I guess that's kind of was my main thing. I don't really know what I thought out of that, but I was just more taken aback by that, I guess, of the fact that like there was like, it was just to kill. There was no like that's what stuck with me the hardest, I guess. I don't know if that answers your question or not, but
no, it's a good take on it. Some people say interesting things that, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be somebody within the Greek system that did this, that knew them? Do you think there's people in the Greek system that are capable of this?
I believe so. I couldn't put names to that, or like, but I like there's situations, even like don't take this in the wrong way at all, but I live alone in that bottom room. Like I could walk out and do anything at any point in the night, and none of my brothers would ever do this. So like, it's people think it would be hard, but like it would not be that hard for someone to, tiptoe out of their house at 3 a.m. and all their buddies are drunk, or who knows, there's a lot of different circumstances people.
That was Ariel calling. And normally she won't call me if I'm live, so I thought it was an emergency. But she just said for some reason when she went to go check if I was live, it didn't show her I was still live, which is weird. I don't know why it would be doing that. So let me go back a few seconds so I can hear what he said.
Greek system that did this, that knew them.
Do you think there's people of the fact that like there was like it was just to kill? There was no like that's what stuck with me the hardest, I guess. I don't know if that answers your question or not, but
no, it's a good take on it. Some people say interesting things that it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be somebody within the Greek system that did this, that knew them? Do you think there's people in the Greek system that are capable of this?
I believe so. I couldn't put names to that, or like, but I like there's situations, even like don't take this in the wrong way at all, but I live alone in that bottom room. Like I could walk out and do anything at any point in the night, and none of my brothers would ever do this. So like it's people think it would be hard, but like it would not be that hard for someone to tiptoe out of their house at 3 a.m. and all their buddies are drunk, or who knows, there's a lot of different circumstances people are in that I think would allow opportunity for this. And my gut, I've talked to you about this a lot.
So he says how because there's no mutilation, he feels like the person's not around anymore, but now he's like, oh yeah, somebody definitely could have just like snuck out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's just go back to the frat theory on 4chan. Because what's the biggest thing besides the timing? These people would know where the cameras are. These people would know where the cameras are and would know where to go to avoid the cameras, because this is where they are all the time. They would know the spots to put things if they needed to in order to handle things along the way or discard of things along the way. So him saying that is crazy, but also on point to a lot of things we've already heard.
We're kind of on the same page, but just due to, I don't believe, I mean, you guys know more than me, but I don't believe that it could be a traveling person. I mean, again, it's not hard to guess what a college kid's doing on a Saturday, whatever. But it was, to me, it was a bit more meditated than that. And to me, it's like someone wouldn't just be able to like waltz through Moscow on a weekend and hit timing points like that. And like Thanksgiving break and snow on the ground and like things like that, where there was like, that's where I think it sadly came from.
He did say 3 a.m., didn't he?
Maybe not the Greek community, but someone who.
I remember that original timeline that we had. So that's interesting that that's what he used.
Who had
a lot of people there from out of town.
Yeah.
Ball games.
Yeah, that's true.
It was also in Vision, Idaho.
And
that weekend.
These especially the girls had big social media presences.
Yeah,
a lot of postings of photos online and whatnot.
Yeah,
you could digitally stalk someone these days.
That's true.
Kohberger didn't.
I don't know. I think it'd be hard for someone to hit those kind of time periods, just because, like, I mean, it's easy to guess that they're drinking, but time periods are so sporadic on those kind of things. I don't know. I don't think someone could come through on a weekend and get that kind of luck. And I don't think it was luck.
I don't know why he's writing stuff down when it's freaking being recorded. Did he just say, I bet you got a lot of tips, huh? Is that what he said?
Kids probably do get a lot of tips, huh?
What you want to know for, homeboy? This is an interesting ass interview.
Is there anything else that you haven't talked about that you think that we should know about Ethan or you or the victims or anything? Okay. So on the night before, were you around at the house?
I was. I helped set up the lodge for the lodge party we had. Like moved all the couches into the study and stuff.
I'll go back to that in a second. Hunters. Probably more than just one, but for sure, one of the things that really pissed me off about the Chapins being so freaking inconsiderate and trying to just make this statement to prove whatever the frick they're out there trying to prove is that they didn't care that, God dang, that sending Hunter back meant that he had to wake up every morning looking outside of his window and seeing the 1122 house. They didn't care about the mental anguish and the emotional turmoil and everything else that was going to do to him seeing that house every single day. They just wanted to make the statement and send them back when those kids could have gone and continued their education literally anywhere else. The Chapins got all of their freaking tuition money back. They could have sent them anywhere to finish their education. They didn't have to go back to the U of I. They did that for a freaking disgusting ass reason. To save face for something. So for sure, Hunter's room. I don't know about the rest of them. Definitely more than one because there's so many rooms in that house and windows on that side. But for sure, Hunter's room. I don't know the other ones.
So on the night before, were you around at the house?
I was. I helped set up the lodge for the lodge party we had. Like moved all the couches into the study and stuff. And then I probably hung out at the party. So we always have someone who's sober. So I was kind of one of those guys that night. I wasn't assigned, but I just was hanging out up top. And then I went to bed about 12:30.
That was a controlled entrance party?
Yeah.
Anything happened at the party?
No.
Nobody getting yelling match with somebody? No fights?
No, it was smooth. All of our parties go smooth. It's a very good negotiator when it comes to getting people out that he doesn't care to have in there.
Who's that?
So we never really have conflicts or problems with guys with girls or things like that.
Did you notice if Kaylee or Maddie came to the party?
I didn't.
Maddie was
Do you
there.
think you would have noticed if they had come?
No, honestly, no. I don't really keep an eye out.
It turns out like everyone but
people
Kaylee.
like that. I'm ready to get my degree.
What do you mean? You don't really? What's that mean? People like that. You can't, and I know he's about to say, from what it sounds like, I'm just trying to get my degree. Well, you're partying and doing all kinds of other stuff, so that's a weird way to say that.
Or things like that.
Did you notice if Kaylee or Maddie came to the party?
I didn't.
Do you think you would have noticed if they had come?
No, honestly, no. I don't really keep an eye out for people like that. I'm ready to get my degree and get out of here.
So did you see Ethan and Xana at the party?
No, I just saw setting up the lodge earlier, but I never saw Ethan and Xana in the lodge.
That's where everyone literally saw them. But you? Everyone but you, bro. What?
So if you didn't see him, you don't know what time he left. Oh, yeah. Did you happen to go to the other formal, I think it was the sorority? Did you happen to go to that?
Hunga Dunga? That was Maisie's.
Anything else we haven't talked about?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the interview at 5:08.
Holy shit. Holy shit. This guy sure had a lot to say. Holy shit. I definitely want to know about the knife. That was Ethan's apartment. So there wasn't one in Moscow? Because his dad made it seem as if it was in Moscow. And then in the interviews, some of the friends said that it was behind the A&W. So if his apartment was actually in Washington, that really would not make a lot of sense at all. So I'm going to look at the address. That's interesting. That is just wild. This guy said all kind of crazy shit. I want to know what they're showing him. To say, let me show you the knife. We're only supposed to have a sheath. What do you mean, the knife? I'm very just like, I don't even know what to think. I'm going to end up clipping out the certain parts of this that he said that were like really, really important and posting it just by itself about how it's not just luck. Anybody could have snuck out at 3 o'clock in the morning and done all kind of crazy shit. Like, I'm going to clip some of this. It definitely needs to be out there in the ether by itself because there's a lot of really important stuff here. That's crazy as hell. Yeah, I know Conrad's is like an hour. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. I don't know how long the live over on Dago's is going to go. It doesn't look like he has a link up for it yet. I don't think they go very long. I think they're maybe like an hour and a half, maybe. I don't know. I don't think they're very long. If it's not very long and I have time tonight, we might go ahead and go through Conrad's interview tonight because tomorrow is Easter Sunday I know that a lot of you are going to be celebrating stuff, but tomorrow's also the day that we are starting our Gypsy Rose deep dive. So we're going to try to get one more interview done today, depending on the timing. We're going to do the Gypsy Rose live tomorrow, and then most likely one more interview so that we can not be so far behind on these. But if this one is just as it was already insane and y'all are telling me, okay, but wait till you hear Conrad's, then yeah, we're going to have to today. It's Saturday. So we'll just go late, and it doesn't even matter to me. That's wild. That's crazy shit. The knife. Look at this leather wrapping on this handle. It's very unique. What are you freaking showing him? This is ISP, right? So I'm going to FOIA ISP, and I'm going to reference. Well, I guess I can't. Well, yeah, I can. Because they should have something on file for what they showed the guy. I don't know if they would send that over to Moscow, but I'm going to ask both of them for the knife, pictures of the knife, whatever it was that was referenced as the knife in this interview. I want to see it. And if they tell me, oh, there's nothing there, it doesn't exist, well, then why is he saying that it does? Why is he showing it to him? Don't lie to somebody else. Like, I'm so tired of it. I just know that they're going to end up saying some stupid shit. I'm also going to see if I can get some information on both of the Masons, because I didn't know their last names until you guys put it in here. I'm also going to do the letter sent to the sorority. I mean, I have like a list of probably like 50 something things that I need to FOIA between ISP, Moscow, Pullman, and the FBI. But, you know, we just paid $75 for 2 freaking screenshots that aren't even labeled for who's who. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. It's just too much. Too freaking much. Oh, well, thank you. It's going to go straight to the FOIA fund because we're about to just like file everything. I'm going to spend like an entire day this week, and I'm just going to send shit. Like we might do it live. Like I might just go live during the day and be like, all right, let's file some FOIAs. And we're just going to do it. Because there's a lot here. And this is crazy. Look at this knife. Look at this unique leather wrapping on the handle. That is wild as hell to me. Oh my God. I can't even right now. I cannot even. That right there just blew my whole freaking mind. Whole freaking mind. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to get off of here so I can call Ariel back. There's about an hour and a half left until, or maybe an hour, I think. Let me, one more time. I know that Mike told me 5:30, but I feel like it's supposed to be 5. Oh, no, it is 5 p.m. I read it wrong. Okay, so I have an hour before we do that. Okay, so once that's out, I will put a link out, and we're going to bring this up. I don't know if they've listened to these yet. I know that they try to follow along just as fast as everybody else, but we're definitely going to talk about that little situation there. I'm going to have to go back and get the timestamp for that interview where he says that. I'll do it on Connor's channel. I'll pull the transcript up and grab the timestamps. That's crazy as frick. My God, I don't even know. Like my brain is just like sort of on fire at this point in time. Oh, thank you for the 20 blue-eyed candy. Straight to the FOIA fund. Yes, ma'am. That's where it's going to go. I just can't believe. Damn, I just can't believe he just like, okay. Not the smartest, not the hardest working. Like, damn. Calling them deceased people and then you're calling him stupid and lazy. Rude as shit, bro. Rude as shit. Dagos is under 2 hours. Okay, then we're definitely gonna go live again tonight and go over the other one. Yeah, Conrad's is like an hour and 9 minutes or some shit like that. Something like that. Maddie and Xana were really good friends with Deltas. They had liked certain posts on their Instagrams. Showalter, Chestnut, Barstow, Davies, Lindenbeck. They're all okay. Let me take a screenshot of that. See, I didn't get into all the frat stuff and go in and like label who was who and what frats and everything else like that in the beginning, and I probably should have. God damn. That is so insane. Boya Fun, thank you for the 1999 Trish. I appreciate that. Deceased people. Oh, sexual mutilation, which I don't know if YouTube is going to end up trying to flag me or not. I might have to go in and like delete me saying it over and over. I don't know, because YouTube is really stupid. But that's a crazy way to put shit, bro. And then again, his whole concept, his whole thinking is, well, there wasn't any of that, so the person that's responsible can't be in the area anymore. Like, I'm sorry? The thinking here. Oh, God. The thinking here. The thinking here. Is there any thinking here? Maybe that's because there's not any thinking here. Maybe that's what it actually is. Holy shit. Okay, I'm getting off here. I'm going to go call Ariel back and see what she's doing. Insane. All right. Well, I will see some of you in about an hour over on Dago's channel. I will have a link for it. I'll probably put it in the description box of this one since it's been mentioned a lot, and I will post it in the community tab. Insane. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for being in here with me today. Thank you again for the $4.99 and for the gifted memberships, the two, just in general, you guys being here, becoming members, gifting memberships, doing super stickers and super chats, because that all goes to the FOIA fund. Everything that you guys did in that way goes straight to the FOIA fund. Unless I'm told otherwise, it goes to the FOIA fund. That's why you've been able to just get stuff. And I just tell you guys, hey, we paid for this and this is what it's doing. Oh my God. My mind is blown from what we just heard. Like, I literally have to like just go take a walk or something. I've got to go outside and get some sun. Breathe in some air, because this is just insane. This is just, I can't even. Okay. I will see you guys in a little bit, and we will definitely be live again later tonight. I appreciate you guys being in here with me right now. Let me go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.